Chris, and I love wind spinners. I've made a bunch of different designs over the years, but I'm working on a new one today. I've put all my wind spinner designs up on Prusa's Printables site and on Thingiverse, so you can get all the models here. Soon I recently converted a RAM Promaster into an RV, and I thought I'd celebrate by making a little wind spinner that we could put up on top when we're camping. I usually use a package called DesignX by Geomagic. My Prusa XL printer can print 5 different colors, so it's nice for this. I can just do this without any interruption. In this case, I've made 3 different STL parts, one that's the black parts, one that's the gray windows, and the white van. I've defined a tree for the front of the wind spinner along with the shaft. Finally, I've defined the 4 blades. You can use either 2 or 4. I've got the hub that they connect to, and then just the end cap of the shaft that sometimes is required. Here's the 3D printed mount. I've got some 8/32 black zinc bolts, washers, and nuts. I'm going to mount it up here in the slot on the back of my rack, just behind the awning. I've got it mounted with the big hole for the post, and there's a small drip hole down at the bottom here to let water out. Let me show you how easy it is to design your own wind spinner by doing a basic model using some free software. There's a nice application on the web called Onshape. It's great for doing CAD design. You can do simple sketching and extrusion, which is great for the wind spinner main body pieces that are basically flat, and I'll show you how. The first part we're going to design is the part that's going to hold the upright rod that it's going to spin on, and the second one is the shaft where the propeller is going to be. So you can go in and draw these out and specify distances, and I have it set up in millimeters. Next, we're going to take this sketch here and we're going to extrude it 14 millimeters. Next, we're going to select this surface here and do a sketch, and this is going to be the hole that the rod that holds the wind spinner goes into. So now we've got the sketch, we've specified it, and we're going to extrude this in 25 millimeters. Next, we're going to select this surface and do a sketch, and this is going to be the rod that holds the propeller, and we can specify the diameter of it, and then we can extrude it. We can specify it goes in 28 millimeters and it's going to be cut out. Next, we're going to sketch out a simple vane here. This is about as largest thing that will fit on a small printer like the Prusa MK3. And this is where I normally would do a fancy design for my different birds and fans and things like that. But in this case, we'll just do a simple shape. In this case, I'm going to make the vane 2 millimeters thick to start with. But it's all strength versus weight. If it's very windy, you need something stronger, but if it's light winds in your area, you want it to be as light as possible so that it actually moves around. One way to reduce weight is to hollow out a section. So in this case, I've sketched this inside piece, and I'm going to extrude that so This section is only 1 millimeter thick and the outside edge is 2 millimeters thick. Now that we have the finished design of the vane, you can go down to the bottom here, and if you click on here, right click, you can see this export, and then you can specify that you want it binary STL in what units. Usually most printers, 3D printers, want millimeters, and then you can just export it. Once you have your STL file, you can load it into your favorite slicer. I've got a Prusa XL printer, so I've loaded it in here. I usually print in PETG because it's UV resistant, it's very strong, and it can take high temperatures, and it also doesn't give out any poisonous fumes, which is nice. I'll put links to all the 3D printer models in the video description. Well, if this was helpful, please hit like and subscribe, and have a wonderful day. Bye.